Hi, my name is Shawn Dziire. This is my BMW box E30 2JZ.
Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.
We create smiles with parts you can count on. When it comes to finding the right part at the right price, there's just no place like Midas for the love of cars.
I got into motorsport. I think it was in the family. The apple never falls too far. So it started with my dad, my brothers, and then it just grew from there. So I think when my dad tells a story that by 8 already, when my feet could already reach for the pedals, I was shifting gears already. That's why I love changing gears, and that's why this car is full H pattern, where I still use the clutch to change gears. As much as people may think it's a special type of drivetrain, but it is H pattern. I've always wanted a 9-second H pattern car because it's more of a challenge. I love a challenge. This has been a journey for a few years now. We got the car basically as a rolling chassis back in 2014, and it was basically just a shell, you know, but it was a original and still is a sort of original 325 IS Alpina. We then started working from there. It took us a few years to build the car and transform it into what it has become now. The power plant being a full Toyota 2JZ power plant, 4-link suspension, 9-inch diff, big slick. They're very heavy when they come in full stock trim, so we had to find ways of reducing and reinforcing the car itself. So it has become a masterpiece, and it looks this way because of all the custom detail that has gone into the car, all the hard work. We've used this as also a platform to learn, as much as it's been an interesting challenge in going fast. So that's basically the journey for this car and where it is today. We actually don't know how much horsepower the car is making, because what you do is you get a base on the dyno, and the rest you have to tune at the track to sort of get everything calibrated, from fuel ratio to intake temps to your CO2, you calibrate, you get everything set up, and then from there you just keep adding boost, adding power till you get the sweet spot or wherever you're happy. But with this current turbo, which is rated for up to about 1,100 horse, and currently with our best time was a 9.4 at an exit speed of 244, we estimate that was probably somewhere close to about maybe 700 horse or somewhere there. We haven't turned the boost up all the way because we're still learning the car, and we feel that the car still got some more boost left in it, probably up to about 2.5, 2.6 bar, realistically speaking. So it's definitely capable of about 1,200 horse. We're here at Midva, finally race day is here. We laid down a few runs and we're happy with the way the car is going. So we hopefully today with the track conditions as the sun bakes the track and there's more glue. So we hopefully today will, turn the car up bit by bit, and hopefully by this afternoon we start making it really aggressive, So on a typical run, before we run, we comb through the car. We just go through everything, make sure wheels are tight, we've got enough fuel, safety is up to scratch. We make sure that the tire pressure is also okay. And we go to a staging lane where there's a water box where we do the burnout. We do the burnout just to clean the tires mostly, and to maybe put a bit of heat, to put some heat in the tires as well, to make it stick. And then we go onto the dry surface and we back the car up. One of the pit crew backs you up in your groove. Where you've left rubber, you backed up there. That's where they throw the track bite. You just slightly spin to cover the tire in track bite to get it to stick a little bit more. And then from there, we send the car, we get to the start line, we stage the car, pre-staged. That's where, at that time, normally I'm nervous, my foot is shaking, because things only normalize the minute you let off that button, and then you're like, ah. So normally you deal with having to go through all of that, and then sometimes there's so many people talking to you through the window, good luck, good luck, good luck. So you're trying to prep your mind, but at the same time you don't want to look like you're this pompous guy, because you've also have people who follow you. You have people who look up to you, who admire what you're doing. And sometimes as a driver, you don't want that, because you're so focused, but we have to, because we're also human. We appreciate the love. So those are some of the things that we go through, where we still have to receive the love and give it back, even though we're just about to race. So after all of that is done, we get to a point where people can't approach you anymore. Then you have to zone out. You have to completely zone out. Then once you get to your staging lane, before you have to leave. That's where sort of all the anxieties, all the shakes and everything that you have, that's when at that particular time, all of that nervousness and all the shakes or whatever you're going through, only by then, when you leave the starting line, that's where everything sort of becomes normal. Even though you're approaching speeds of over 240 k's an hour within 0 to 400 meters, that's when the adrenaline is sort of kicks in. And then once you hit that, pull that parachute to help slow the car down, that's where everything goes back to normal. And then you're hoping, oh, I hope that was a good run, that was a clean run. And we can always feel it if the run is clean, because the car goes down A to B. That's what we as racers like, when the car actually goes A to B, goes straight, nothing breaks. I can tell you, it's a dream for any racer. So those are some of the journeys and things that we go through on a typical day of racing in terms of preparation and the whole journey down the 400. We've been working here from home. The business is from home. Evolution Motorsport and Pulsar Turbo SA. We've been working from home for almost 12 to 14 years now, and we've just been growing from strength to strength and not looking back. So in the E30 box, the motor is fully forged. It's got custom forged steel 86mm bore, forged pistons. It's got QX beam forged rods, still the stock 2JZ forged crank. It's got the OME oil pump in. It's got ARPs top to bottom. It's got the block brace. The head work is fully done, from your valves to your retainers. Rev kit is fully done. And then obviously 80mm throttle body intake manifold, upgraded injectors, 2200 Bosch CC injectors, and obviously it's powered by our own Pulsar PSR S400 turbo that delivers all the horsepower and gets us down the track. And fueling, it's got grams 400 per hour pumps in the back with a 20-liter custom fuel cell. And our transmission is a BMW E30 4-pipe, the E46 6-speed. That's the transmission that we use with the custom Shawn Dziire prop shaft, and the suspension at the back, the rear end. It's a full strange engineering differential at the back, from the shafts, the spool, the LS, everything. And then it's fully adjustable shocks by also strange. So front section is still stock suspension. It's got M3 brakes, front and back. Engine management, it's got a Fuel Tech FT550 with a CO2 boost, controlled by the Fuel Tech, full wideband O2. It runs on methanol, and great success because it's tuned by Midas from full boost. That helps us out a lot. Safety-wise on the car, it's got a 6-port harness, full roll cage, and door panels are carbon fiber. There's quite a bit of carbon fiber. The drag wing at the back is also carbon fiber. Other than that, we've tried to remove anything that might be a cause of concern in terms of safety. Your normal your fire extinguisher, that's sort of capable of extinguishing volatile fuels like methanol that you don't see when it ignites. Those type of safeties is what the car is equipped with. So funny thing is, I've never really been a BMW E30 kind of person. I think I grew into it. So I've always been a Toyota and an Opel type of person. The car today is a South African legend. And that's one of the things that I love about the E30, that no matter where you go, a E30 is recognized as legendary, especially to us South Africans or Africans, because of its history and what it stands for. There's no way you'll go and even a normal kid down the block or down the road doesn't know Gusheshe E30 or 325 IS. It's so rich in culture. So I think that's one of the things that made me fall in love and look forward to being a BM fanatic in that sense.
Thanks very much for watching. If you've just watched this video but you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, you absolutely should do that immediately right now. Click the subscribe button. It's a good idea for a bunch of reasons which I actually don't have really a lot of time to go into. But it's good. It's a good idea. Excellent. Thanks for watching. I said that already.
We create smiles with parts you can count on. When it comes to finding the right part at the right price, there's just no place like Midas for the love of cars.
Cars.co.za